Hi there, this is a cyclotricity guide to receiving your folding e-bike. In this case we're going to be using the Wallet 2.0. We're going to need some tools today and I'll just run you through those just now. So we're going to need a standard Stanley knife just to open up the box. We're going to need a pedal spanner and that's to fit the pedals. And then we'll also need some spray grease just to spray the pedals so they don't seize into the crank arms. We'll also need a track pump of some kind, which is what we have down here. We usually use a one with a gauge. We'd advise one with a gauge just to make sure that you know what pressure the tyres will be. So when you open the box, you're going to have some packaging. It's going to look a bit like this, but you'll have it packaged all around the bike. You'll also notice that you should have a set of pedals here. You'll also have a charger for the bike. And of course, you'll have the seat post and seat for the bike as well. So now that you've unboxed the bike, you're going to need to unfold the handlebars and the rest of the bike. So we'll start with the handlebars, which are obviously down here. You're going to want to fold those up first. Then once those are folded up there, you're going to want to push this lever here towards the stem and it should click into place. And once that's clicked into place, there is also a locking mechanism for that, which is this little plastic part here. You just twist that around until it goes into the little gap and that just locks that in place there. So after we've done this, we're going to tip the bike forward onto its front wheel so that we can unfold the back end of the bike out. So to fold the back end of the bike out, you're going to want to hold on to the handlebars with your left hand here and grab the pannier rack at the back with the other hand and just unfold that out, just like that. And when we get to the bottom of the fold here, there is a part, there's a rubber part here that the back of the bike pushes into. You're going to want to make sure that's clicked into place there, just by pushing down on the seat post area, and you should feel it click just like that into place. And then we'll kick the kickstand down just to keep it stood up. So now that you've unfolded the bike, you're going to want to put the seat post on. So we'll just get the seat post there. Now you'll notice that there's some numbers on the back of the seat post for when you fit that. So that's so that you can easily remember where is comfortable for you to fit the seat post. So we'll put that in there. And then we'll just tighten up the seat clamp. You want to make sure that when you tighten up the seat clamp that the seat is roughly at hip height, because that'll be where it's most comfortable for you personally to use it. And then, as I said just before there's some numbers down the back of the seat post. You want to take note of the number that the seat post is sitting at, just so that it's easier to remember where it's comfortable for you. We're now going to install the pedals of the bike, and you'll notice that one of the pedals on the end says L and one of the pedals says R. That's to signify that one is the right hand pedal and one is the left hand pedal. So we're going to take the right hand pedal first. And before we fit this to the bike, we're going to need to spray some grease on there, just to make sure it doesn't seize into the crank arm. Now the threads go clockwise on this side, so we'll start screwing that on by hand. It should be easy enough just to screw that on by hand there for the first little bit. And then we'll get the spanner on there, just to get it on the rest of the way. And make sure at the end of the threads it's nice and tight. We're now going to fit the left hand pedal. Again, we're going to need to spray some grease on there. and this one screws in anti-clockwise. Again, doing it by hand to start with. And then we'll get the pedal spanner on there just to finish it off. Making sure it's nice and tight at the end there. These pedals are also folding pedals, so when the bike is folded away you can actually fold these down flat. You do that just by pushing the pedal towards the bike and then twisting it down, and there it's flat now. So now we're going to check the tyre pressures. They do come the correct pressure from factory, but it's always good to check the tyre pressure just so that it doesn't affect your battery life. You start by taking the valve cap off. And then we'll fit the pump. We recommend pumping these tyres to a maximum of 40 psi as they are a 20-inch wheel. Now we're going to take a bit of a look at the charging of our e-bikes. So the folding bike actually has the battery integrated inside the frame here, and it basically runs across all the top tube there, and it can't be removed apart from maybe in the case of wanting to change the battery. So the charging socket for this bike is actually on this side of the bike here, and it's charged by using one of these chargers, which is just a standard UK tube charger. So you'll need to plug this kettle lead into the end of the charger there. So we'll do that just now, just to show you what the charging battery does look like, just to make sure that the battery does charge. Got to make sure that you plug it in first before turning the charger on, just to avoid any static sparks. You'll notice that when it's plugged in but not switched on, the charger light is actually green, which means that nothing's charging. Then when you switch the charger on, the light should turn to red, just like that, and that shows you that it's charging. So we'll just leave that charging there for just now. So the battery should be charged the first time for 12 hours, and then after it's fully charged for 12 hours, it should be fully discharged to make sure that you have taken all of the charge possible out of the battery. And you're going to want to do that 3 times to condition the battery. Each charge should be at least 12 hours, and then beyond that, you can charge it as and when, as long as the conditioning phase is completed. Thanks for watching our video of unboxing the folding bike. For more technical videos, follow us on social media. And if you have any suggestions of videos you'd like to see, put them in the comments there, and enjoy your bike.